There's a couple of sections here on mobile employees. This is the SARP regime. It's intended for a special, it's referred to as a special assignee relief program. In truth, to be honest, this hasn't really had much take-up. It doesn't really get a lot of traction. But why I'm kind of just watching it is that at a level, there's a very significant battle going on internationally to secure investment from the UK on account of Brexit. And one of the very significant disadvantages for an Irish offering is the very high level of marginal income tax. And there will be a whole host of jurisdictions like Paris and Frankfurt and Brussels competing with Dublin to secure the transfer of business from London, be that legal offices, insurance companies, investment funds, or whatever. But in any of those decisions, clearly the level of tax that's payable in the country is going to be a very significant part of it. And that's why something like this might become a bit more prevalent. It's designed really at the higher earners who would be the decision makers of multinational companies to ensure that they would actually come to Ireland because they get tax relief. You know, it is actually designed. It's only available to a foreign employer. It's only available to a guy who has not been resident in Ireland for the previous 5 tax years. So it's really not Irish people and not for anybody that might be resident in Ireland. They have to be resident for 12 months, and it only is available if their income is over €75,000. And it operates by giving them a 30% deduction on income over that level. But the point of it is, it is clear from what I have seen that really the Irish offering has been significantly disadvantaged by the high marginal income tax rate, and one might expect to see some changes in future budgets around that area to entice or allow or to enable them to make decisions to come here. Because frankly, at a practical level, you'd have to kind of conclude that if a business is coming from the UK, and if it is that their employees are going to have to pay more tax by reason of that change, that it's actually going to be the employer that's going to be caught for that tax. It's going to actually lead to a pay rise. And it's going to just increase the cost of them transferring to do business. And if it is that Luxembourg or Frankfurt or wherever has a better offering in that regard, we have a problem. So it will be interesting to see what they do in that space. I don't know if they'd use this particular relief to address it, but just keep an eye on it.